Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you.
Good luck, Jonathan agrees with Obasanjo, says killing gets worsened under Buhari. Ex-President Goodluck Jonathan has said the security situation in Nigeria is becoming worse under the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. Goodluck made this known less than 24 hours after ex-President Olusegun Obasanjo raised an alarm on the high level of insecurity in the country. The issue of security must be approached from a different dimension. We cannot continue the old way because it is getting out of hand. We hope the federal and state government will do something about it, he said. Every generation faces problem, and this generation must find way to solve this problem. Every government faces problem. The first commercial kidnapping, because it's involved money, happened in 2006 when I was the governor of Bayelsa State. From that time, it's moved on to terrorism in the north. Now it is a major problem in the country. The federal government, in conjunction with state government, must design a different approach to this issue. I was there as president and security challenges was there, but now it is getting worse every day and we cannot continue to use the same old method. President Muhammadu Buhari must look for new ways to make sure that the citizens of Nigeria are safe and have security to be able to move about and go about their businesses freely. We must protect the people that we swore to uphold in office. Nigerians, Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, once president, ex-presidents now. This issue were there when they were president, but not as worse as it is now. The issues were there. The issues were there. But, it was not as bad as it is. Like you hear Goodluck saying, the first kidnapping, you know, happened while he was the governor. And then everybody was really, wondering what would have brought this. And it was really serious. But guess what? What it is now? Oh no, it's beyond kidnapping. You know, it has grown to full blown terrorism activities in the country. But guess what? Nobody seems to be addressing it. In fact, your President Goodluck Jonathan, seemed to be playing adamant or as though he doesn't really understand or know exactly what is going on in the country. He goes about normally like nothing is happening. But this man swore to take care of the people of Nigeria and to make sure that security was power and top of his list. But apparently, it's not been so. This man has been doing his own thing and kind of loved the cattle more than the Nigerian people who voted for him, declared by INEC, and he has sworn to protect and keep. What is happening in Nigeria is becoming an epidemic where everybody knows, the nations of the world knows that this is happening in Nigeria. You and I need to wake up. I'm always saying wake up. Why I mean that is, Nigeria, there's a way we quickly just get used to a matter. Like, nothing is really happening. It's okay, it's been like that. If if we continue with that kind of attitude, we'll find out that we'll get there a day and our country has been overrun or there is nothing else for us to do and we are helpless. Honestly, it will get to a day and we'll not be able to say anything because would have, God forbid, would have been like in captivity. But that's not what we are praying for and that's not what we want. That's why we are crying out and we are saying, please, everyone, speak up against evil. that is prevailing in our community. Speak up against this insecurity issue. Don't be silent. Don't be quiet. Please, let your voice be heard. You have a voice, use it. Don't allow anyone to make you feel that you don't have a voice. Please use the voice. You've got a voice, use it. Let your voice be heard. Go about campaigning for this injustice and evil that is happening in our community. Go about and let the nations of the world know that Nigerians are being killed and the president of the country seem not to be aware. You know, he seemed to be out of touch with the reality of what is really on ground or what is going on with the Nigerian population. Buhari seemed not to be interested. All Buhari really cares about, apparently, is the cattles, you know, saying that people should not retaliate. Okowa has sent a message. So, what is the federal government stand on what is happening in Nigeria? So the people can know. You need to let the people know what the federal government stand is, how they can deal with the Boko Haram headsmen. Remember that Okowa is a governor and he cannot just behave like you and I. So it's asking, what is the stand of the federal government, or what do we need to do? Since you have said and they should not do anything to Boko Haram. If you see them, report them to the authority. I don't know what authority, because most often and on, when Boko Haram people are caught and they are sent to the authority will say they are sending them to Abuja, and that will be the end of the story. Nobody kind of hears or know exactly what happens on from there on. It just goes in the wind, and the matter just dies a natural death, like nothing happened. So Nigerians, we need to not allow these people to infringe on our fundamental human rights. You need to allow you need to allow yourself, avail yourself the opportunity to be able to live a free life, and don't allow the people to intimidate you, to make you feel like you don't have a voice or you don't have a right to what to say. Remember that these people were voted into power and as such can be voted out. It's only in Nigeria where truly and really the vote of the people don't really count, because if it really counts, some groups, some sets are saying who we voted for is not what we're saying. The people we really voted for are not those that we are seeing in authority. But again, it's a game of numbers. Majority, they say, carries the vote. So if um, Nigeria is to move forward, if the country is to see good days, if our unborn children are to enjoy Nigeria and to go about freely their lives without fears, if they are going to be able to move around and nobody is going to, they are not going to be threatened or afraid, then we need to do something now. We need to act now. The time to act is now. The time to speak up is now. The time not to allow ourselves to be intimidated is now. One of the ways you can do that is by liking, sharing, subscribing, clicking on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. What this does is that it makes the news to travel, and as the news travel far, people are able to hear and know exactly what is going on in Nigeria, and they're able to come up to our aid to help us. So Nigerians, please speak up. Please speak up. Don't allow anything or anyone to intimidate you. And please, let's let's let politicians know that we are aware of their inadequacies and their failures. Stop being naive and patronizing them. Trust me, no. They are there for their pockets. Most of them are there for their pockets and their belly. And they don't care about the common man on the street. All they care about is themselves. As you can see, President Muhammadu Buhari, all they really care about is themselves, and nobody else, not anyone else. Is their own self they care about. So that's one of the things that you must come to realize, that these people truly don't care about you. They care about themselves, and they are not particularly concerned about what happened to the Nigerian public. All they really concerned about is themselves, their families, you know. Thank God for what the US is doing now. The United States of America is beginning to deny visas to those politicians that want to travel to the United States when they have not put their house in order. Thank God, though. Thank God for President Donald Trump, who is saying no, go and put your house in order. Go and put your house in order and stay in your country, you know. So by the time this becomes a good, a welcome system and development, I guess Nigerian politicians will sit up and make this country a heaven. God bless you. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news.